Lady Anne Veronica Glenconner devoted her entire life to the British monarchy. She was a close friend of Queen Elizabeth II and assisted Princess Margaret for over 30 years. Born Lady Anne Cook, she was the first child and eldest daughter of the 5th Earl of Leicester, later the Master of the Horse to King George VI, and his wife, Elizabeth York, daughter of the 8th Earl of Hardwicke. From childhood, Anne was close to the young princesses Elizabeth and Margaret, who were often invited to the Leicester family's estate in Norfolk to play. Although Anne was not their social equal, she was considered a suitable companion due to her reputation and illustrious ancestry, which spanned for centuries. The family always struggled with finances. Anne's mother, an artist, opened a pottery workshop in Holkham, which helped them stay afloat. From the age of 17, Anne supported her mother by working as a sales representative, transporting samples and offering them for purchase. During these trips, she often stayed in modest hotels, where the conditions frequently shocked her. She, in turn, astonished the guests, who were left speechless upon learning the identity of the lady before them. Nevertheless, this simple work brought Anne satisfaction. She felt independent and responsible, and closing deals gave her a sense of being taken seriously. However, this chapter of her life was soon forgotten when the Cook family decided it was time for Anne to marry. In 1950, she participated in the debutante ball, leaving a lasting impression. A striking beauty, tall, with thick blonde hair, pale skin, and delicate features, she was recognized as the debutante of the year and received numerous proposals from interested suitors. Anne recalls these proposals with some irony, but speaks seriously of only one, Johnny Althorpe, the future Earl Spencer, her first love and the man who broke her heart. They dated and fell in love. Johnny proposed, and Anne accepted. At that time, Anne was living as a paying guest in the home of Lady Fermoy, a friend of Queen Elizabeth II. She made the fateful mistake of introducing Johnny as her fiancé to Lady Fermoy. Ruth Fermoy's eyes lit up, and soon Johnny Althorpe was engaged to her daughter, Frances. The question of Anne's marriage remained unresolved until Colin Tennant appeared on the scene. The son and heir of the exceedingly wealthy 2nd Baron Glenconner, Colin was tall and devastatingly handsome. He was well liked by women, charming, and witty. Anne and Colin became engaged, ushering incredible jewels into her life. Let's begin with the Glenconner tiara. When Lady Anne Coke married the future Baron Glenconner in 1956, she wore the historic Coke necklace, but both it and the Chalmette Leicester tiara were inherited by her cousin, the next Earl of Leicester. Instead, her parents gifted her a 3-strand pearl necklace, complemented by a diamond clasp from Lord Glenconner. The Glenconner barons were extremely wealthy bankers, and although her diamond star tiara could have been a family heirloom, it might also have been an antique piece acquired for Lady Glenconner. This striking diamond tiara, composed of 7 diamond stars set on a large diamond Riviere base, was particularly noticeable in a portrait of Lady Glenconner taken in 1983, alongside other ladies in waiting. Without a doubt, the tiara was also worn when Lady Glenconner accompanied Princess Margaret to state banquets and royal tours. In the 1960s, Lady Glenconner was often photographed in another tiara, but the diamond stars were seen as brooches, and she continued to wear the diamond stars at various events in the 1970s and 1980s, usually paired with a set of large diamond earrings likely acquired by Lady Glenconner. During her 30 years of service as a lady-in-waiting to Princess Margaret, Lady Glenconner was frequently photographed with a diamond Riviere tiara base in the background of many official photographs of the princess. In 2005, Lady Glenconner lent the diamond star tiara to her daughter, the Honourable May Tennant, for her wedding to Anton Cressy at Holkham Hall. After the death of Lord Glenconner in 2010, it was revealed that he had left his entire fortune to his valet. However, a deal was later reached with the family. We hope to soon witness this magic again. Our heroine also possessed a magnificent bow brooch. This stunning contemporary piece, the diamond bow brooch, adorned with diamonds, has an unknown origin but has been worn by Lady Glenconner since the 1980s. Throughout her 30 years of service as Princess Margaret's lady-in-waiting, Lady Glenconner was often photographed with the diamond bow brooch set against the backdrop of the diamond Riviere in many official event photos. She also wore the diamond bow brooch along with the diamond star tiara in a 1983 portrait with other ladies-in-waiting at the Queen's coronation. Lady Glenconner wore the diamond bow brooch at her third son's wedding, the Honourable Christopher Tennant, to Anastasia Papadakos in 1996. In 2013, she donned the diamond bow brooch at the service marking the 60th anniversary of the Queen's coronation, with the ER brooch given by the Queen on her coronation day pinned to her hat. Following the publication of her memoirs, Lady-in-Waiting, My Extraordinary Life in the Shadow of the Crown, Lady Glenconner became a best-selling author and has frequently appeared on television in recent years. In recent months, although Lady Glenconner did not wear her brooch at the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Camilla, she frequently donned it during interviews about the coronation and while promoting her fourth book. We must also highlight Lady Glenconner's diamond earrings. When Lady Anne Coke married the future Baron Glenconner in 1956, she wore the historic Coke necklace paired with a remarkable set of antique diamond earrings, one of her wedding gifts, along with a 3-strand pearl necklace from her parents, complemented by a diamond clasp given by Lord Glenconner. Throughout her marriage, Lady Glenconner frequently wore these diamond earrings, one of her most distinguished pieces, at numerous evening events, including with the diamond tiara at her sister Lady Sarah's ball at Holkham Hall in 1962. She also wore the diamond earrings with the diamond star tiara in a 1983 portrait with other ladies-in-waiting. For nearly 3 decades, Lady Glenconner often paired her diamond earrings with diamond stars at various events in the 1970s and 1980s. Recently, she lent the diamond earrings, worn in a shortened form, and her diamond star tiara to her daughter, the Honourable Maid Tennant, for her wedding to Anton Cressy at Holkham Hall in 2005. Throughout her life, she also wore a tiara and necklace belonging to her mother, known as the Leicester tiara. Crafted by Chaumet in Paris around 1885, during the tenure of the second Earl of Leicester, the tiara, featuring diamond palmettes in the Belle Epoque Empire style, was likely made for his second wife, Georgina, Countess of Leicester. The tiara was probably worn by her and successive countesses at countless social events over the decades but wasn't publicly photographed until the 1920s, when the then Countess wore it to the state opening of Parliament in 1924. The first public photographs of the Chaumet tiara emerged in the 1950s when the 5th Countess of Leicester became a Lady of the Bedchamber to the new Queen. The Countess was photographed in the tiara by Cecil Beaton and wore it at the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in 1953, where her daughter, Lady Anne, served as a lady-in-waiting, as well as at coronation galas and balls. The Countess also wore the Chaumet tiara at numerous family events, including her younger daughter Lady Sarah's ball in 1962. The diamond necklace, usually paired with the tiara and typically worn by Lady Leicester, was worn by her daughter, Lady Anne, at her wedding to Lord Glenconner. The Chaumet tiara remained in the Coke family and was worn by Lady Laura Coke, daughter of the 7th Earl, at her wedding to Jonathan Paul in 1993. The tiara was also exhibited at the LVMH Les Journées Particulières exhibition in Paris in 2011. There is no doubt that this splendid family heirloom will continue to be showcased for many years to come. Which piece of jewelry did you find most enchanting? Share your thoughts in the comments.